Buonasera. Today is my mother's birthday. We had the most lovely morning, and then we went home. We saw my wonderful husband, and then we went to Miami. And in Miami, we went to the mall. We went to walk around a little bit, and then we had dinner. And it was overall a truly exquisite day. I hope she enjoyed it. But I am going to talk about... Today I'm going to talk about how to distort your self-image to other people. So it is a combination of self-manipulation and your mindset. Let's say you, not even for other people, you're just going to embody a different persona for a certain time. Like sometimes I feel like I have to do this if I'm in an environment where I really need to be talkative to people I don't know. I personally don't love making small talk, thinking of conversation things, unless I already know the person. Like I'm not the kind of girl that's just gonna go up to random groups in public and like spark up conversation. Like that just takes away some energy. So if I'm like in a situation, like let's say I'm at school, like let's say I have a new class and I had to make friends, obviously, so I'm not lonely there. I would literally start thinking of myself as like, what would I even think? I would literally start thinking of myself as a completely different person. Like I'd spend a few minutes genuinely imagining myself as a totally different person, and then I just like start speaking to people, and it always works. So it goes for everything, not just like being talkative. Like it goes for absolutely everything. Like if I need to change a way that someone perceives me for my benefit, all you need to do is imagine yourself as a different version of you. It's literally it. It's so easy, so simple, and so beneficial. Like, and this goes for in general. It's not just like for a certain time period. I mean, it can just be for a certain time period or for certain people. But in general, if there's something, like let's say personality-wise, anything, genuinely anything that you want to change about yourself or anyone else. I think for other people it's a little bit of a different process, but especially for yourself, you just envision yourself in that way. Like, I don't know if this goes for everyone, but I personally, when I'm thinking of what I'm doing at the moment, like I'm just thinking about whatever I'm doing, I see myself in a third person point of view. And if we're talking about visuals, I just change the way that I see myself in that third person point of view. Sometimes it's easy to forget to do that. Sometimes I just think of myself like I see myself in my mind. But if I think of myself the way I want to, then circumstances, everything is going to show me that image instead of the one that I had thought before. And it's really interesting, honestly, to see that play out. I'd really recommend doing this as much as possible, even if you don't 100% have your heart in it, because the results are very, very immediate. Like, very immediate. And when it comes to personalities, and if you need to like be a little more quiet, a little more extroverted, be a little more judgmental, be a little more easygoing, it's the same thing. You are sitting in a situation, you tell yourself, how would I act right now if I was this version of myself? I was just this version of myself, you know? Like, it wasn't tough for me to be this way. This is just how I've always been. How would I be acting right now? What would my mood be? What would I think? What would I say? How would I speak? How would I move? All that. And that's it. A thing that I really had to overcome and still do try to overcome is other people's perception of me. At some point you have to realize that other people's perception of you is going to be more dependent on the way you think that they're viewing you rather than you're actually acting. So, like, people around me are really good at not caring about what others think. Meanwhile, I watch them act and I'm like, oh my god, this person probably thinks this about them. And I think about that myself a lot. Like, when I'm talking to people, I'm like, I can't do this, I can't say this, because if I do, they'll think about me in this way. But ultimately, I could say whatever I want and do whatever I want, and if I still assume them to think of me a certain way, that's how they're going to think of me. So at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. Even though, obviously, like, we all have our preferences for how to behave. So, ultimately, point blank, period. You decide how you act, how you're perceived, how you deal with others, how you look, how you... everything. Bye-bye.